Our first guest tonight is a brilliant and funny man who loves breakfast so much he made a whole movie about it. In 3 days, his decades-long love affair with Pop-Tarts blossoms with a new comedy called Unfrosted. Watch it starting Friday on Netflix. Please say hello to Jerry Seinfeld. Good to see you.
It's so good to see you. Don't you feel that this is quite a television moment?
It is. For me, it's a big television moment.
For me, too. Well, not really.
Not really,
but because you are a television fixture. I am a television fixture. We have never been on television together.
That is true. When I think of a fixture, I think of like a faucet or something. You're so much more than just a fixture, I'd say, Jerry.
Well,
and it's great to have you here. We did it on Zoom once, but to have you here in person.
That's not show business.
No, it really isn't. It really isn't. But it's very good to have you.
Did you ever see the clip of when Dave Letterman walked through the apartment door on my set? Did you ever see that clip?
Yes, yeah.
So that's what this is. I feel like that's what this is. Like, what is he Dave Letterman once was hanging around my set one day, and we said, why don't you come in the door? And we shot it, and he just came in and pretended he was on the show, but it wasn't part of an episode.
Right.
But just seeing him walk through that door was great. So I think we're having a little,
yes.
What are these two
like
guys
when
doing
Cliff
together?
Clavin was on Jeopardy.
Together.
Yeah. No, it's good to be with you. And I also want to say, even though I know you probably don't love hearing it, happy birthday
Oh, thank
to
you.
you.
Why would
I don't know. I feel like you're the kind of guy that doesn't like people singing to you.
I don't.
Yeah, no.
I don't. Because, we have an audience like this, they make you feel so good. That's enough.
That's good, yeah,
It feels
right.
like enough.
Do you think that if you didn't have the audience in your life that you would enjoy that moment with your family?
No way I
and
could
friends?
know that. Because they've been there so long.
It was a big birthday, your 70th
70
birthday.
years old. Yeah, isn't that weird? They're not so happy about that.
Was it fun? Did you have a big
I had
night?
the most memorable birthday dinner I've ever had in my life last night, and I can't tell you why.
Truly?
Yeah.
Wow.
Can't tell you why.
What, was Larry David with you?
Larry David was there. Ted Sarandos was there.
Okay.
Yeah. My wife, Jessica, was there.
I would hope so.
Chris Bianco came and cooked pizza for
well,
us.
that's good.
You know Chris.
I do. I know him quite well.
Yeah, he sends his best.
I actually texted him, how did it go with Jerry last
really?
night? Yeah, he said it went
I know.
well.
I think maybe you know him a little longer than me, but I've known him a long time.
Yeah, you had the dream evening, really, with the pizza and the whole deal.
Yes.
Larry David, does he buy you a gift?
No.
You don't want a gift.
I got the greatest gift from my birthday from Colin Quinn, who texted me. He says, as your birthday gift, you don't have to return this text.
That's a great gift.
I thought that was a really nice gift.
Colin Quinn is the #1 funniest person on Twitter. Do you ever look at Twitter, at his tweets?
No, because I'm friends with Colin. I could just talk to him.
Trust me on this one.
No, I know. He's fantastic on it, but I don't go on Twitter.
Larry, you and Larry had a great moment in the, more than just a great moment, but that finale of Curb Your Enthusiasm where you guys, now...
Thank you.
I love that you guys got into this discussion of
The bearded lady thing,
right.
yeah.
And and I even went back and rewatched it to make sure that I was seeing what I thought I saw. Is that it had nothing to do with the show at all.
Nothing.
It really had nothing to do with the show.
But what you saw there is how Larry and I wrote comedy. Because I didn't know what he was going to say. They had that set up. He's going to suggest a strange idea to you, and you just respond. So the other thing I said to Larry last night, that on the show, it's like a minute, 2 minutes. It was actually like an 8-minute chunk that's hilarious because he slowly builds to it. You meet this amazing girl. There's only one problem,
I would love
I said,
to
why
see
don't you put that out? You got to put that out.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he said no?
He said they hadn't thought of it. I go, HBO, snap out of it, get it in the business.
Nice birthday gift for you, for Larry to put that whole 8 minutes together.
Yes, yes.
And you guys socially have conversations like this about...
We have always, every conversation we have is like that. Yeah.
I feel like with him, sometimes I want to say, oh, I saw something that is a perfect Larry David situation, and then I don't because I know that he probably gets bombarded with that.
Sure.
But I witnessed a perfect Larry David situation involving Larry David, where he was standing in front of a fireplace and talking to 3 people about whether or not it's okay to throw his gum in the fireplace.
Right.
And he was looking for a ruling on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Does gum burn?
That's another great question.
That's the issue.
Does
I don't know if it's
burn?
a great question, but...
Solid Larry David Seinfeld discussion question.
Yeah.
Now, this movie, Unfrosted, here's what... Listen, you know I love you, right?
Thank you.
Listen, honestly,
that's so
I do.
nice. Thank you. I didn't know that.
One of the things that
And even if you didn't, it's nice to hear it.
One of the things that I love, honestly, is how you will grab onto a subject and you will explore every crevice of that subject and you will find every funny little thing about it.
Yeah, I love to.
And watching this movie made me wish I had written this movie with you because
we would have had fun.
Found so many funny things about cereal.
Yes. I love... if I think something's funny, I will dig into it like a little Jack Russell Terrier, and I can't stop.
I don't want to ruin any of the jokes, but there's so many things that... Well, just like the Quaker Oats guy is such a great character.
Yes, Isaiah Lamb is the Quaker Oats guy, and we're sitting at the Bowl and Spoon Awards, which is the big... We turn it into show business, you know, like every year they have the Bowl and Spoon Awards. And he comes up to the table, and we're Kellogg's, you know. We're going to win everything every year. And he only has the oats every year. It's just the same oats. And he's dressed like the guy on the box, you know. And we're zetzing him. How's it going, Isaiah? You got anything new nominated this year? He goes, no, nothing new.
A little bit of a religious zealot thrown in there.
Yes.
And you didn't, and I find this so hard to believe that this is true and that this was okay with Netflix, but you didn't check with Kellogg's before making this movie.
No, I didn't.
Like, there's a possibility that, I don't know how many millions of dollars you spent on the movie.
A lot of millions, yeah.
That an injunction would be filed
It could
against
happen.
you. Yeah.
But then I explained to them, if it does happen, think of the publicity that will be even bigger. The movie will be even bigger if I get hauled into court on Pop-Tart charges.
For sure.
You want to see that?
For sure. But if I was the lawyer, and I'm glad I wasn't the lawyer, I would have said, publicity for what? We can't put out the movie.
Yeah.
But that's incredible that you were able to convince. Who is this lawyer? Is this Rudy Giuliani that
it's in that world. It's in that world of, are you sure you're a real lawyer?
Those are the best lawyers.
We literally said, just write up a page that says it's okay to make fun of stuff, you know, First Amendment, parody, rights, you know, just throw a lot of that stuff in there. And then when Netflix asked me, I assume you've got the proper rights and clearances. I said, oh, absolutely. And they never checked.
Oh, they never. Yeah. Jerry Seinfeld is here. Unfrosted is a movie that premiered Friday on Netflix. We'll be right back.
Orange.
What's happening now?
It's toasting, sir.
Come on.
I'm switching the manual. Gonna open her up a little.
What's he doing?
Changing the settings. Is that 5, 6, 7?
I don't like this.
Is it 8? 8.5.
Twin, lightly brown, lightly brown.
Proceed with caution. Fruit filling may be hot.
Well, Papa Wheelie, we've got a treat!
That is Jerry Seinfeld, Jack McBrayer, Melissa McCarthy, so many stars in Unfrosted, which premieres Friday on Netflix. It's like watching the movie. Every 2 minutes, you see another great comedian.
Yeah.
It's really kind of fun seeing them all come in.
Hugh Grant, George Wallace, Cedric the Entertainer, Peter Dinklage. Yeah, we have 15 different stand-up comics. Sebastian Maniscalco.
Hugh Grant, not a stand-up comic, not even necessarily known. Well, I guess he's a comedic actor,
done
but
a British comedy.
But great and really funny.
Really
and
funny.
a really funny role that he plays.
Yes, he plays a failed Shakespearean actor who was forced to play Tony the Tiger to make his car payment.
Is there any truth to that? Like,
well, the name is real. Thurl Ravenscroft is the real guy who did the voice of Tony the Tiger. And we just saw a picture of him. He had a little pencil mustache and a nice little thing. And I go, this guy looks like he would want to be a real actor. He doesn't want to be Tony the Tiger. So that's where we got the idea.
He doesn't want to be Tony the Tiger. I was reading, you were talking about Hugh Grant in The New Yorker, and you said he was I think you said in an affectionate way that he's a
No, I would never use that word.
No, what was the word?
He's one of these guys who wants to find the moment. Let me find the moment. And I'm like, Hugh, I already found the moment. Just say it like this, you know? But he's my favorite human being that I've ever met.
Is that true?
I love those kind of guys. I grew up, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a guy like that. You know, handsome and with the shoulders and drinking and funny and, you know, those kind of guys. In the 60s, there were a lot of those guys.
But they're mostly British, right?
Yeah, they're British, yeah.
Yeah, they're all like British. And they have, like,
so I got to be with him, and we had dinner all the time, and we would get drunk, and it was fantastic.
You also asked Daniel, did you ask Daniel Day-Lewis to be in the movie?
I was going to ask Daniel Day-Lewis. I wanted him to play, we have a sugar drug lord who controls all of the world's sugar. His name is El Sucre. And I wanted Daniel Day-Lewis to play it like Daniel Plainview from There Will Be Blood. You remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
I wanted him to do that. But I never called him. I should have called him.
You never called?
No.
Well, he's retired. You would actually have
I was going to bring him out. If there's anything to come out of retirement for,
to play...
It's a Pop-Tart movie.
It would have been great. I wonder if he's disappointed.
I hope so.
I saw you in Steve Martin's documentary, and that was fun to see you guys together.
Yeah. I've known Steve a little bit. We live on the same street in New York.
Steve is a guy you idolized.
Of course. Everyone did.
And to be asked to be in, for him to ask you to be in his documentary, I thought was kind of I don't know, it seemed like a big deal, an honor.
Oh, yeah. He came to see a show of mine once. I was doing a benefit, and he came, and benefit ended, and he went home. And then he called me, and he said, could you come back out? I got to talk to you about some of that material. He was so, you know, he's a scientist of material like I am. We just love to talk about how certain jokes work and what makes them work. And that was one of the biggest compliments of my life, that he said, could you come back out onto the street and could we talk about some of those jokes?
I can definitely see the similarities in the way you and Steve approach comedy. And then it makes it even more interesting to me that Jerry Lewis is one of your idols.
Absolutely, yes.
Is he your favorite, Jerry?
No.
Yeah, no, he's not your favorite. Okay.
I mean, my favorite from the early days was, you know, Robert Klein and George Carlin and Cosby. Those were the guys in the 60s. But those were the stand-ups, you know. But for, you know, movies, it was Jerry Lewis, Peter Sellers I loved. I have one line in this movie that I get to that's a little bit like Peter Sellers. I'm at a funeral, and the widow says to me, did you plan this? And I go, I don't know.
That funeral scene is very, very funny.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You were on the Jerry Lewis Telethon.
I was, yeah.
It is nothing I love more than the Jerry Lewis Telethon. I grew up in Las Vegas.
Right.
I went to see the Jerry Lewis Telethon, but I was never on the Jerry Lewis Telethon.
Well, I have to say, one of the greatest moments of my life, one time I did it like 92 or 3. My series was on, wasn't very popular, but I went to do the telethon, and he said, why don't they introduce us? Ed McMahon was the announcer. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Jerry. You walk out from one side, I'll walk out from the other. And we did that. It's on YouTube. You
Oh,
can
that's
find it.
great.
And that was...
Did you socialize with Jerry at all?
No, he did Comedians in Cars.
Oh, yeah, right,
Yeah,
right.
that
right.
was his last interview. He died
Oh, wow.
just a couple months after we did that interview.
What kind of shape was he in mentally?
Not good.
Physically? Not good at the time, yeah. So was it hard to? Yeah, I mean, listen.
No, he was great. I was just making a joke. In the movie, in the episode, he orders bacon. He orders a pile of bacon like a football of bacon. And I go, that's not the greatest thing for you.
Yeah.
And he went, really? I didn't know that. I go,
Well,
"You'll
turns out
find
you were right.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to see you.
Great to see you. Thank you for inviting me on the
Thank you
show.
for coming. Great to have you here.
And for talking about our movie.
And happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much.
Everybody
Thank you.
sing. Unfrosted premieres Friday on Netflix. Jerry Seinfeld, everybody. We'll be back with Melissa Benoist.